After buying a coffee from Starbucks today, their app notifies me that tipping is available until 12:52 p.m. for my purchase. A tip? A tip? Starbucks, you just poured hot water over some ground beans. It's not like you gave me a blowjob. Welcome to the Daily Rant. This is the Chris Voss of the Chris Voss Show. And our Daily Rant, be sure to give us a like, subscribe to us, and give us that notification, if you will, on your mobile device that says get notifications from Chris when he puts up a new video. Or the Daily Rant may be about you next time. Don't let it happen. So, let's talk about the issues of tipping. Now, I want to talk about tipping in this video, and I want to make sure I make a full disclosure that I am not referring to businesses that are built on tipping, or the majority of their wage comes from tipping. People that are waitresses, of course, people who deliver my pizza, any job that people have where it's socially acceptable and norm that they live off of tips, and that tipping is important to pay them for what they do. That's aside from the points that I want to make in the Daily Rant today on tipping. So, I appreciate that Starbucks does this, but one thing I don't know, even though I may be sometimes tempted to tip, is does the employee who helped me that I thought did a great job going to get this tip? Do they have to share this tip in a pooled tip basket with the other employees? It just gets put in there, and like at the end of the day, everyone gets what they want? Or does Starbucks get a processing fee or a cut of that? Well, here's your tip of $1, but we had to take out a credit card processing fee of 23 cents. Kind of would like to know how that works, because I'm really not inclined to tip, even though you suggested 50 cents, $1, or $2. I think it's interesting they have a tip of 0. I guess that you can't press that. So that might help me, because I really don't want my tip going into space or going into part of your corporate profitable enterprise. I just paid $4 fucking for coffee. Seriously. And I'm sorry. Now, there are coffee places that you can go to. They're very customized, and the guy is a barista, and he'll pour you this beautiful coffee that he'll make for you, and he'll put this beautiful thing in the foam so that it's a cute little figurine of someone who overpays for coffee or something. I get that there are those guys. That deserves a tip. Sorry, but writing the word Chris, my name, on the side of your plastic cup so that you can process my order through your system and know who the fuck gets the venti iced coffee with cream and sugar today, that's not a typical process. That's just you doing your fucking job, man. So here's the lowdown on what I think about that. Now, I like it when there's places where maybe that barista coffee shop, you would want to tip that person. Maybe there should be appropriately a tip jar there. But if you're just doing your job, okay, I don't expect to tip you. And if you're paid a wage by an employer where I expect that they are paying you a living wage to do your job, I do not expect to pay you a tip. Conversely, if I go into your business and I see a tip jar put out for those types of jobs that are not living tip-based jobs, I think of your employer as a very shameful person that he's actually allowing you to be begging for tips, okay? He should be paying you enough that you shouldn't have to ask for tips. Now, there are some employees that are out there that have this sense of entitlement. I need to feel appreciated, okay? Years and years ago, I think this was like 20 years ago, one of my CEO friends had an employee who came to him. He said, you never say thank you for everything I do. I mean, like, all you have to do is say thank you. The words thank you. And the CEO thought, and he said, we actually do say thank you. Really? We do say thank you. It's in the form of a paperized check of cash that you take to your bank and spend money with. You get it every Friday at 5 o'clock from the HR department. That's the thank you. So, That's really what it comes down to. But one of the things I want to expand upon is this shameful thing of having employees out begging for tips. As an employer, you should be paying a living wage. I'm in full support of the living wage movement, that people should be paid a living wage and they should not be out begging for tips. This makes me wonder if you're paying your employees properly, Starbucks. Now, I love Starbucks. I like my gold star rating. Please don't take it away from me. And I like your coffee, but pay your fucking employees and don't hustle me for tips. Okay? Now, I don't like the idea that people have where they bash these types of employees who work at, say, McDonald's or fast food industries, Starbucks, or other companies, and they go, well, those aren't expected to be living wage jobs. Those are expected to be temporary part-time. Hey, dumbass. Manufacturing jobs, going to work for Chevy, Ford, and other companies, that died in the fucking 80s. When you're 18, you can't just go get a job anywhere. The other problem is some people are happy with those jobs, and they like them. Okay, well, I can have a little part-time job at Starbucks, and then I can go home and take care of my children and do the mom thing or the dad-mom thing or whatever the case may be. Some people like those jobs. Maybe they take great pride in those jobs, and they just really like them. They don't like having a lot of pressure on how they work. They don't need to be shamed that, like, you're stupid because you work at McDonald's, okay? Everyone's, number one, got to start somewhere, and not everyone can have great jobs. Unless you've been living under a rock somewhere, most of the manufacturing jobs are gone in America. They've been long gone since the 80s. And what you have is a huge proliferation of service-based businesses. Maybe you haven't noticed the 50,000 fucking strip malls that have been put in your neighborhood all of a sudden. Yeah, it's called service business, okay? And so people are doing that as a living wage now, okay? Now, none of these people are stupid. Some of them might be really smart because they're not like you who went to college and knows a college debt you'll be paying for the next 15 fucking years for a degree you'll never use, and you're probably working beside them for what you learned in college, okay? So not everyone can go in debt or spend $200,000 on their college education. And technically, if you look at the balance sheet of their income, their debt, and their lifestyles, they might be richer than you because they don't have that college debt. So don't shame people because, well, they didn't go to college, they deserve what they get. No, fuck that. We need to take care of everybody, and everybody needs to get paid. Here's the bottom line. 40 to 50 years ago, it used to be in this country that, yeah, you can have your wife at home, you can have the picket fence, the 2-car garage, the 2 cars, you can take vacations for 2 weeks every year, your employer took good care of you, you had your job security until you were 50, and that all went to hell, especially in the 80s, where companies went, hey, fuck those employees over there, and let's make those investors on Wall Street happy, and we'll just do that for now on. And basically, all the shit hit the fan. Well, when you start fucking one person, then everyone else starts getting fucked. And that's basically what's happened with the living wage situation and why we have employees that are out begging for tips when you're just not paying enough and your business looks shameful, in my opinion. So, if you look at what CEOs were paid comparatively in ratio to normal employees' wage, back in the 50s and stuff, it's very different now. And you have employees that are pretty much still paid the same. I mean, wages have been stagnant for close to 40 or 50 years with no inflation. Yet everything else is inflated when it comes to cost. I mean, you have to pretty much have your wife working now and maybe a second wife on the side as a polygamist just to keep the income up and going. Meanwhile, CEOs of these Fortune 500 companies are paid astronomical dollars that it really wouldn't be that hard to split some of that money up and share it between everybody. But no, everything is about investors. And what needs to happen in America is it needs to start being about employees and the business first, and whatever's left over after paying a living wage to people, investors can have a cut of that action, whatever's left over. But we're not going to fire and lay off and fuck employees just so that they can have some money. Because God forbid they shouldn't be able to get some mint jelly with their lamb tartare fucking tonight at wherever the fuck they are. God, I'd hate to crimp their fucking lifestyle. Maybe they'll only have to order a $500 bottle of wine instead of $1,000 tonight because employees got a livable wage. You know, something tells me they're going to be okay no matter what the fuck happens because they print their own money over there on Wall Street. The other problem I have is with businesses that are giving away all this charity money. All this charity money that they give away. Now, there's nothing wrong with charities, but I mean, let's take a look at the reality of the situation. These companies walk around going, we've spent $80 billion to make sure that we're green and environmental. You look at the NFL. Now, I'm all for breast cancer. We should definitely look into that and get that stopped. But you look at the NFL, how much they spend on them stupid fucking pink shoes and shirts and all that sort of stuff, the millions and millions of dollars. Meanwhile, they got people on the teams that are like, can I get like 60,000 instead of 50? I can't feel my head. Okay? So you've got companies that are giving away millions, billions of dollars to these charities, which isn't a bad thing. I'm all for the charities. But in the meantime, the one charity they're not paying is the poor. They're fucking employees. How about if we contribute to that charity first? There's an idea. Oh my God, the poor employees. We should use them as a charity. But, you know, that's the condition that we're in, and that's the condition that corporations and companies need to look at. Quit spending all this money over there when you should pay your employees first. Pay them first. Then take care of all that other bullshit if there's any money left over. You know, the thing is, if I come into your business and it's a normal business and I see a tip jar, I think, man, this is some slack-jawed piece of shit fucking business. The other thing is when you don't pay your employees right, your employees are angry. It comes off. They're unhappy with their lives. Okay, let me pick on Walmart for fun because I probably experienced more unhappy employees at Walmart. And you know what? I can't fucking blame them. In fact, I would probably be even more pissed off if I had to work there. But they're angry. You can tell they're unhappy. They don't like their job. It's really, really rare when I go to Walmart that I meet somebody who's like, oh, I'm happy to be here. Oh, yeah, I got the Walmart job. Oh, I got the blue vest. Yeah. You never meet that person at Walmart. You might meet some people that are happy and they're trying to do the best they can. I don't want to shame those people. But, you know, that doesn't make me want to come back to your business. You know, I saw a joke today on Facebook that was pretty funny. Someone said, Walmart announces 269 store closings, which means they're going to lay off 12 cashiers. Finding a cashier in Walmart is like trying to find someone to help you with an orange suit at Home fucking Depot. It's like they're impossible to find. And there'll be like a giant fucking line. And I'm like, hey, you're fucking Walmart. You can't afford to hire somebody? What? You know? So it doesn't make me want to go to Walmart, and that's the reason I don't go to Walmart. I get tired of the long lines and the employees that are very unhappy with their fucking jobs, and I can't really blame them. Walmart, or Home Depot, as I mentioned, is worse. I mean, Home Depot, man, it's like those guys have radar that work there, and they know if someone is looking for them to ask where to find something. It's like they're, oh my God, I can sense there's a customer who's looking to ask where the fucking hammers are. Hide! Everyone hide! You can't fucking find those people anywhere. So pay your employees a livable wage and realize that it's an embarrassment. It's an embarrassment to you and your company. And it doesn't make me as a customer appreciate you or want to be there. I don't like being hustled that I should tip you. I don't like being guilted into I should tip you. Like, hey man, we don't pay our employees shit. Can you fucking give them a tip? You know? Meanwhile, you got a tip jar at the counter at Starbucks, and you're asking me like, your cup, if you buy this special thing, it'll go to fucking charity. Pay your fucking employees. Just fucking do it. That's the bottom line, and that's the way I feel about it. And that's the daily rant. So, Be sure to tune in, give me a subscribe. Please hit that notification button on your mobile device to get notifications for you. We certainly appreciate your comments and your support of the show, and we hope to bring you more funny and good stuff. Be sure to be good to each other. We'll see you next time.